is the second Women's Viewpoint panel discussion, which is a part of the Central Brooklyn Jazz Festival. It was organized and originated by a wonderful woman named Rosalind Blair, who's no longer with us. And it was such an inspiring panel discussing the issues of women in the life of jazz that the consortium wanted to continue the effort. Ladies, we are so glad that you are with us today. We want to get some of the myth separated from the realities and the truths of the music business and how it affects women. Last year we concentrated on wives. We discussed how women were affected by husbands who participated in the jazz life and how their lives were organized or disorganized by being a part of that. I'd like to start at this end with Bernice, where each one of you would tell a little something about yourself.
My name is Bernice Spruck. I'm a drummer, and I've been in New York about 17 years, 18 years. I hail from Chicago. I've been playing about 30 years, and I've been kind of blessed to be able to work as a musician.
My name is Kim Clark. I'm an acoustic and electric bassist. I really started on electric first. I'm a native New Yorker from Queens, New York. I've been playing about, let's see, almost as long as Bernice, but not quite. I started actually in college, like, late high school, early college, so. And I just want to say I'm very grateful for the beautiful experiences that music has, brought me. I've traveled all around the world, played with some phenomenal musicians, and I'm just, in awe of them.
My name is Karen Taylor, and I'm pleased and honored to be here, and very thankful to Melba Joyce for inviting me to be on this panel. I'm a vocalist, and basically I've performed at various venues in New York City and in Massachusetts.
Hello, I'm Joanne Brackeen, and actually I'm from California, the other coast, and I've been a musician since I can remember. Not always playing. I began to play when I was around 11. I still remember songs my father sang to me in the bathtub, and I think that music has always been an integral part of my life.
Yeah, I was going to talk about women's jazz. My name is Melba Joyce, by the way. And Joanne didn't tell everything, and Kim didn't tell everything about when we first met. I chose this panel. Teray called me and asked me to put a panel together, so I wanted a great cross-section of people who were musicians and singers and writers and composers. And Joanne, I produced, so that I won't go completely crazy, I do producing if I don't have enough gigs, enough engagements. I'll produce women mostly.
What are the myths in regard to women in jazz?
Sometimes when I show up, like yesterday I had a gig, and I didn't know these gentlemen, and I didn't know what they looked like, but I walked in, and they saw me walking in my drums, and they waved at me, but I didn't know who they were. So, but when I went in, they were kind of standoffish to me, and okay, what is she gonna do? So after I played, it's like a whole different thing. It's like, you know, freeze. I'm like, well, how come you just couldn't treat me regular when I first walked through the door?
They won't hire you because you're a woman, not because you're not going to play at a high level and fill their venue.
It has to feel good. I don't care if it has to feel good. I don't care if it's a man. If it doesn't feel good, right? Okay, what? You know, he's bored himself. You know, I see musicians that play them like they're bored themselves. But I'm glad to pick musicians that I just have so much fun in what they do and respect the art. And that's the first thing I was taught when I'm coming from Chicago. Don't mess with the music. The music is what keeps you going. I've been around the world and played with a lot of different great people, and I don't mess with the music. I'm scared. That's my religion. I'm scared.
There is, in fact, a very serious and significant history of women in this music that goes beyond the girl singer. Although, in my estimation, these girl singers are supremely important to the way instrumentalists play, because it is the emotion in the human voice that instrumentalists hope to approximate in their playing. We must really allow ourselves to be pissed off enough to want to work toward filling out that history and toward having more opportunities for work, line for line, chops for chops, in the same way that men were able to do. These options were not commonly available back in the day, and in some ways things remain the same. Just like racism, sexism runs deep, women musicians have also internalized sexist attitudes.
the war.